Hello Space Watchers and welcome back Crossroads in the Maldives, and we are here during SINC. We have the pleasure to be with Matías Campos, the CEO and founder of Astralintu Space Technology and the Vice Chair of the IAF Access Committee. Matías, how are you doing?
Hello Emma, very happy to be here in the Maldives for SINC and really get to see what's behind space initiatives in island nations like the Maldives.
Thank you very much. Matías just did a very passionate intervention, so I grab in and I say, I want to talk to you because you say so many interesting things, so I want to report directly to you. So Matías, first question, of course, why do you think that equatorial nations, Ecuador, but also why not the Maldives, have something to offer to the space sector?
Yes, of course. So maybe a lot of us know that the best place to launch rockets is the equator because the Earth is a bit flat on the equator, so you have more rotational speed. But also things that some other people don't know is that it's the best place to do ground tracking of multiple kinds of orbits and interplanetary cislunar orbits. So it's a great place to deploy ground stations. That's what my company does. It's Equatorial Ground Station Network, and we're happy to be here in the Maldives expanding a location here with our partners MSRO.
Thank you very much. Second question, of course, let's revert the topics. Why do you think that Ecuador should get into the space economy? What do you think that Ecuador has to gain from this massive sector?
So being an equatorial country, of course, means that we can be consumers of space, but also we can be exporters of space. As I was saying, we can be exporters of services for satellites that are flying more and more in lower inclination orbits. So, for example, SSO orbits, polar orbits are very well served by ground stations in the poles, but for lower inclination and near equatorial orbits, we're lacking that infrastructure. So we can be those countries that provide those services. And also, long road, our planet needs an equatorial spaceport, and that spaceport could be developed in one of these equatorial nations.
And also, Matías has a very interesting and correct, in my opinion, view about how space should give back to the community. So this is something that maybe we'll discuss another day.
Yes.
But I want to conclude the last question, Matías, about you mentioned the fight for representation. This is a very important topic for island nations, for small nations, for nations that traditionally not considered a spacefaring nation. So yes. What do you think is the best way to actually make sure that Ecuador or the Maldives or other small nations from the global south are part of the discussion? They are represented and they can represent the interests at the space table.
Yeah, that's a fight that we'll have by being Global South. We are one of the most vulnerable places to climate change, and a lot of the data that's being used to fight for it's gathered from orbit. So we need to act fast, and we need to be represented in the conversations of the decisions that get taken around this industry, be it regulation, be it the space debris, be it certain aspects of the evolution of the industry, that instead of having us as a bilateral, should account for what we strive for, our sustainable growth and development and deployment and utilization of these benefits for our communities. So it's a fight that we continue to have, and I'm happy through my role in the Federation to not only bring it for Latin America, but for Global South as a whole.
Thank you so much, Matías. I wish you a fantastic continuation of SINC in this beautiful setup, and of course I hope to be able to catch up again and hear from you what's going on in Ecuador with the space economy in your country. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Emma. Yes, bye.
Thank you. Bye, Space Watchers. See you next time.